Hello and welcome to the start of the 2019 manufacturer season here on GT Sport. This is my first time with Lexus, so I'm hoping it's going to be a good season. This is actually my second attempt at this race. The first race wasn't quite what I wanted. Ended up finishing 7th, so I figured I'd give it another go. We qualified 2nd here, so we're hoping for a good showing. Third got a really good run out of there, and it brought him right up on me. It's gonna look on the inside. Unfortunately, he slides out and comes into us, and kind of get freight trained here a little bit and drop back to 4th. Had a little bit of bumping going on, and again, all of this was just racing. None of it seemed really intentional. For the most part, it was a fairly clean race. As you can see on my car, I have all the ERT logos, and on the back I have for Aria's racing team and his YouTube link. A little bit of shameless promotion. Definitely appreciate those guys and everything they do to help the community get better. They're very open and with sharing, how to get faster around the track, what works for them. So yeah, definitely appreciate those guys. So we moved back up to 3rd. And ZR1 here is just kind of outbrake himself getting in there. He apologized after the race, and it was not intentional. Just we've all been there. Kind of miss our braking point just a little late on it, but I did appreciate that he backed out of it instead of trying to push through and completely push me off the track. So very classy move on his part. Definitely appreciate that. So at the end of lap 2, starting to open up a little bit of a gap to 4th, so we can kind of get our heads down and start chasing after 2nd. I do have the number 1 on my car, but it would have been nice to go after 1st, but even after just 2 laps, 1st place he's completely checked out, and he was kind of in a race of his own. But we at least want to get back to where we qualified in. I narrowly escaped getting a penalty there. Anybody who's raced this track knows just barely going over the line is going to pick one up. As you can see, 4th place picked one up. So I'll count my lucky stars on that one. So here at the end of lap 3, we're just a little bit closer to second and pulling away from fourth, but not being in too much of a hurry. You know, a little less than halfway through the race, so just taking my time, and I have a tendency of overdriving the car and putting myself in a bad position, so not being too aggressive with my line, and also helps me conserve my tires just a little bit. I've recently switched to a racing wheel as opposed to using the controller, and I'm very pleased with it. I purchased the Logitech G29, and immediately I saw improvement. I'm able to feel what the car is doing better. I have more control, especially in traffic, and it allows me to feel much more confident to possibly go for things that I wouldn't before. And obviously qualifying second, usually this preseason when I was still using the controller, I would qualify anywhere from 12th on back. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it, and it's made a lot of improvement. We're starting to catch him here. Had a purple sector through there, so we're definitely closing the gap on him. We got a pretty good run coming up that hill, and we're finally catching the tail end of his slipstream. So we'll tuck into his draft, and it's going to bring us right up on him. The mentality I've come to adopt is more of a patience and waiting game. Instead of trying to take a risky move and put myself in a bad position to apply pressure, get close enough that he can see me in his radar. He sees the time difference and feels my presence behind him, and usually pressure them into either making a mistake or being close enough that if an opportunity does present itself, I can easily take it. It doesn't always go to plan, but I feel much more calm about it, as opposed to getting worked up that I need to force a move to happen. And it also allows me to to race the guy cleaner. If I am racing close without the intention of trying to push past him, I go like already in that corner. You see that I brake a little bit earlier than the guy ahead of me, and being in his draft, I'm able to pull back up so I don't really lose any time, but at the same time prevent me from accidentally making contact and pushing them off track, because that's the last thing I want to do, is wreck somebody's race just because I was a little too overly aggressive. Here we're going to get a really good run up the hill. Kind of tucked in behind him and use that draft to pull me alongside. I dove a little deep into the turn. I wanted to make sure I cleared him before cutting back down. And very clean racing on his part. He gave me plenty of space and was able to keep close distance, but at the same time not, sacrificing clean driving. So far I've been very pleased with the Lexus. In the preseason I ran Ford, and I took a defensive line in that corner. I really didn't want from the driving that he was showing, I figured he wouldn't try to muscle me out of the way, but still, just to be safe, put myself in a better position. But yeah, in the preseason I ran Ford, and the power was phenomenal. I definitely enjoyed being able to run down the car ahead on straightaways. But the front tire wear was kind of excessive, and the fuel mileage as well had left something to be desired. So I wanted to kind of find a more middle ground vehicle. The season before Ford, I ran Porsche, and the handling was outstanding, but the lack of power just kind of it hurt me in some races, especially at Monza. So I'm hoping for a little bit results out of this. I've Figured this is more kind of the middle ground. It's definitely not lacking on power, and agility and stability wise it's not bad. Well, that's gonna do it. Was able to bring home second, and a very good race for me. I very pleased with it, and I look forward to the next one. Thank you for watching my video. If this is your first time here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a like. I will see you guys next time.